very well may be an opportunity to testify in front of the U.S. Senate Veteran Affairs Committee before the year is up.
And that would be you?
That would be me and some others around Ibogaine who
Nice.
want to be able to speak directly to the federal government about the necessity of it being responsive.
And I
to
believe
what everybody
I
else
know
is doing.
you've talked before about your relationship with the Luttrell brothers, and they've stood in front of people and spoken about it quite a bit.
Yes, they sure have.
Yeah, and the experience they had and how that's helped them. And when we look at this list, we've pulled a list up of all the states who are now getting involved in this or might be getting involved. We're hoping, you spoke to Mississippi. You think in 2026 that will pass there. Can we talk about the states who are on board? Because a lot of people listening might say, hey, is my state doing this? And if not, how do we get them to get involved?
So we have, since the end of the Kentucky Project in December of 23 and the announcement of the intention in Texas in January of 25, there has been an explosion of multi-state energy, which, if properly harnessed, will make what we've talked about here this afternoon a reality. We see Arizona, which was second after Texas. It appropriated $5 million to be matched by a co-equal $5 million to conduct a series of phase 1 trials for various neurological conditions in veterans that would pass successfully. There was a bill introduced in the Kentucky legislature in 25, which is a prelude to a similar effort in the state's budget session in 26. We have Louisiana, which, as I sit here on October 22nd, has just concluded a hearing in its legislature to appropriate money to partner with Texas. A Mississippi hearing occurred in August. There will be legislation likely introduced in January of 26 to also partner with Texas. And then you have some research states like Nevada and New York and Washington. There are two others that I would mention who passed bills that mandate that state government research the efficacy of Ibogaine and its potential applications, and those are both Ohio and Indiana. So they can be added to that list. The state of West Virginia came tantalizingly close to being the first state to pass an official mandate for Ibogaine's pharmacological development. It made it through its state house by an almost unanimous vote with only one no vote by someone who just doesn't believe in government doing anything. And then it became hostage to dynamics between the state House of Delegates and the state Senate over legislative priorities, and it passed 2-voice votes but didn't get a third because the chambers were in dispute with each other. So there very well may be in 2026 a successful passage of a bill that already has tremendous momentum in West Virginia. I've not sat here and kept count, but I think that we pretty well see that there are already almost a dozen states, if not more, that have actively introduced and or passed legislation. So we've got all the foundation that we need. We've just got to maintain focus, discipline, and execute while lifting all the voices like Angela is helping create to speak to the wonderful reality that Ibogaine can create for an individual who is without hope.
Right.
You know what's so cool? That list is so much bigger than we even said it was going to be
One
in
year ago,
20
or in
in
May.
2026.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and what can people do? Well, you can call, if we mentioned your state, you can call your representatives and
Right.
tell them that you're for this. And if we didn't mention your state, you can call your representatives and tell them that you're for this.
Wake up. Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
and look at the states that
that's
are in
how
it.
government works. If you're
Right.
the squeaky wheel gets the
Right.
grease, period.